You have to have inventory on hand. It's impossible for you to run a business without inventory. Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Khrista-Lee Amore. For this channel, you can call me Krista. And on my channel, I talk about all things investing in you. I am CEO and founder of Amoresolbookkeeping, a virtual firm in New York. And I'm also a serial entrepreneur. So last week I did a video talking about debt and how you can really leverage it to become a billionaire. And just to continue that sequence, I'm going to be talking about some things today that I learned from my dad, who has been an entrepreneur for 30 years. Not an extremely long video if I talk about everything that I learned. So I'm going to choose 7 things and talk about it. And I think I'm going to do a follow-up next week talking about things that you should not do. So let's get into the video. So the first thing that my dad, who has been an entrepreneur for 30 years, has taught me is you need to have inventory of when you are doing business. And these are not things that he specifically said to me. I've been watching him for a while. And then for those of you who don't know, my bookkeeping journey started doing bookkeeping for my dad, where my background in bookkeeping also came from. So like I said, my dad has been an entrepreneur for 30 years. He has worked in the food retail industry, and that's also where I do my bookkeeping because that's most of my experience. And I've also worked within a franchise restaurant line. So, you know, I kind of just aligned my expertise with that industry. You have to have inventory on hand. It's impossible for you to run a business without inventory. And also, one thing I learned from him is that buying is hard, selling is easy. I never really thought about that, but he said that to me all the time, and it just kind of resonated with me. Buying is hard because if you don't have money, you don't have inventory. You need inventory to do business in general. What are you going to sell? Especially if you have a product, and this is only for people who have a product-based business, because obviously if you have a service-based business, you would have different things that you need, you know, so substitute that for what it means for your business. But you have to have more inventory than demand, so that even when their demand comes, you're not running out of inventory. The worst thing to happen is for you to run out of inventory, because that's a sign that you're not having enough inventory to sustain the growth of your business. So this next one is a little bit complex. It's basically using your pay to invest and create other passive income streams. It's not really complex, but it's just depending on you and your business need and your level of gratification. I understand that you pay, you're working and you need to buy things for yourself, and I'm not knocking that at all. But you know, one of the things that is very important to consider when you're just starting your business is to probably have a 9-to-5, so that you're not heavily dependent on your business income, right? So if you have a 9-to-5, for example, and you are, because you're trying to build this business and you don't want to take money from until your business is making enough money to pay you, and employees, like I mentioned, have enough inventory on hand, and then to able to still have money in the company to invest in other opportunities or whatever you choose to do with that money, which I really think is the way to go about small businesses, because, you know, unless you have this massive idea or you just have a lot of sales pre-ordered, you're not going to really make a lot of money when you just start a business. You're going to have to, you know, wait until that business grows up a little bit more. So say, for example, the business grows up and you start making money now, but you have your 9-to-5 that's taking care of most of your needs and you don't really need this money right now. You can use it to create other passive income streams, so that, say, for example, you start making a lot more money in your company and you can actually resign from your 9-to-5 job. When you resign from this 9-to-5 job, you're going into, say, 3 income streams rather than just your business. So that would be a good way for you to invest your money. Because it also makes you a lot more wealthier instead of you just having to rely solely on your business income. So that's also a good thing that you can do in your business. And if you want me to do a video talking about different things that you can use that money that you have left over in your business, just sitting there in the business saving account, to actually grow and create different investment and income streams, comment below so I can know to do a video on that. One free way that you can support me is by clicking the subscribe button, like this video, so that the algorithm can push my video out, and share this to more people so that they can also get this message that you are getting for free. The next thing that I learned from my dad's years of business experience is to hire or outsource talent. I understand that when you just start your business, you may not have the money to outsource, to hire a person or just to outsource some tasks. So I get it, and you have to do everything by yourself in the beginning stages. But once you start making money and you have resources to do so, reinvest it into your business, hire somebody. You know, one thing that happened to my dad that really taught me that this was important is a few years back, before I even came to the US, my dad has been working all this time by himself, no employee. I was just the one helping with his bookkeeping, and that's about it. And he climbed a tree one time because he was going to the market. He was doing a lot of different business ventures, and he fell out of that tree and broke his leg. Now he had to pay a lot of hospital bills, and he also couldn't work because he was the only one working. He was in bed for weeks, and I remember seeing my dad getting up on a wheelchair with crutches to go to work, even though his foot hasn't healed, because he had to send us to school and he had to provide for the family. And if he had employees, he would have been able to stay home until he was fully healed and take care of himself, and the business was still run. But that was not the case. And so that very specific example taught me you need to hire people in your business so that it can continue even when you're not there and it doesn't fully functional with you. It's not going to be scalable. It's not going to be sustainable if you're the only one doing it long term. So short term, I get it, but long term, you have to think about bringing other people into your vision to help propel it beyond you. Another thing that you need to do in your business in order to really have a successful one is to set trackable goals. So the acronym SMART goal, which is specific, measurable, attainable, relevant, and timely, is a really good guideline for you to set goals. So what are really trackable goals? Goals that you can track. You know exactly when you achieve this goal and you know what you're working towards. One example that I really like to give, and it's not related to business, but it even helps me in business, is whenever I go for runs in the morning and I'm feeling super exhausted and tired, this is one of the things that I use to help me to stay motivated and actually to finish the amount of mileage that I set for myself. And I haven't been running in a long while, so maybe this example will stir up that running perspective again. But every single time I pass a tree, I will tell myself, let's run to the next tree. And when I reach that tree, I'll tell myself, let's run to the next tree. And I keep doing that until by the time I look, I'm actually at the finish. I'm done. And that has helped me to keep going. So when you set trackable goals, it helps you to get that momentum that you need to keep going. You see the revenue that you're trying to reach, the amount of sales that you're trying to reach. Now you know exactly what do I need to do to get there, and then you can work on those different action items so that you can achieve these trackable goals. So before I move on, I know you haven't subscribed, so please do it. And tell me why haven't you subscribed? I know I've been giving you poor value. So stop shacking up. Hit the subscribe button and the like one too, and the share. So the next one, which is also my absolute favorite, is to understand how to do every single task in your business. Not because you become this profitable business and you only have to oversee the task means you should not know how to do your payroll, your bookkeeping, your marketing, your content creation, whatever your business is. You need to be able to know everything, even if you don't do it, because obviously when you're in the beginning stages, you're gonna have to be doing all of those tasks. But when you start, getting more sales, more profit, more revenue, and you can outsource things, you don't have to do all of it. But that does not mean you should not be keeping up with all of these tasks. So maybe that means getting different certifications and trainings. Maybe that means asking your staff to teach you these things so that you're up to date. Maybe it is sitting in on the lower level meetings for your company, so that you can actually hear the conversations and not just take it from your general manager, but you know exactly how to create these different social media content, how to do the marketing, how to do the payroll, how to do every one of these miscellaneous things that you are outsourcing. Because if your employee decides, okay, today I'm not going to show up, it's going to fall on you. And when you don't know how to do it, that's a big problem. So you need to know how to do all of these things in your business. So that's all for this video. As I said, I didn't want to make it super long. I didn't want to overwhelm you with everything. So I'm going to do a follow-up next week talking about some things that you should not do in your business. And these are also things that I learned from my dad, who has been an entrepreneur for 30 years. So you don't want to miss that at all. Turn on your notifications for now so that you can be notified when I post. And if you still have not subscribed, please do it. Subscribe to this channel, hit the notification bell, as I said, so you can be notified when I post, and share this message with anyone who needs to see this. I'm going to be leaving the link to the last video that I did, which was talking about debt and how we can make you a billionaire if you actually use it correctly, and the things that you should use it for, essentially to become this billionaire that I keep talking about for some reason. Yeah. So I will see you in the next video, and then I'll see you next week. Talk soon. Thank you for watching.